All right, I believe we're live. Hello, everybody, and it's here. Sim Update 5.1 has publicly released. It is now out of beta and available on the PC, the Xbox, and the PlayStation. So, thank goodness we can finally move on from that crap Sim Update 5 release and hopefully be into clearer skies from here on out. So, hopefully everybody's having a great Monday. We'll dive through the changelog first, which I don't think the changelog's going to be too hefty. I mean, obviously the main thing was to fix the memory issues and performance degradation that was going on and all that good stuff. So let me find... There we go. Oh yeah, it's pretty short. So for stability and performance, improved handling of texture and MIP streaming quality during high memory pressure conditions, improved terrain degradation when memory is getting low, fixed various crashes and improved memory usage, fixed an issue where the electrical system that caused some avionics and systems to think that a circuit had been powered off periodically, causing some reboots and loss of function. So that's for the glass cockpits. So, you know, when you were flying like the PC-24 and everything, screens would just reset randomly throughout the flight. That should now be gone. Career mission availability times now take runway light systems at both the departure and arrival airports into account, allowing missions to start or end at night when adequate lighting is available. General bug fixes fixed a burn ground effect in firefighting missions, and on PlayStation 5 fixed an issue that would prevent to launch heavy cargo missions. Traffic, air traffic fixed third-party traffic add-on problem with pushback not working. On PlayStation 5 for the SDK, fixed HTTPS request failure from Coherent due to SSL handshake error, which I think a lot of that is the maps that weren't working correctly, and the Piaggio, the HJet, the Citation 10. Audio fixed attenuation factors being calculated with a 1-frame delay for legacy sounds based on WAV files. The Wasm API fixed base address for virtual allocations of Wasm modules linear memory on PS5, avoids crash with the Aerostar 600. So that's the other big thing about 5.1, just in case you haven't watched anything about what we've talked about regarding Sim Update 5.1. This should make it to where we should start seeing airliners, and obviously I don't think anything came out today, but we should be seeing airliners and just a bunch of different variety of content on the PlayStation Marketplace now, due to these back-end SDK and Wasm API fixes, still at 62, so hopefully throughout this week, we'll start seeing some new things in here, which would be awesome to see that. Fixed Wasm failures on PS5 when modules have been built with SDK 1.6.9 and higher, avoids crashes with the 2024 version of the ATR. Added support for dynamic VFS on-demand files to avoid using too much memory when accessing streamed files through the WASI. And the last thing in the changelog is the JS API fixes swapped parameters and new JS map listener weather radar methods added in SU5. So that's it. Again, not surprising that it's a short changelog, because the main purpose of 5.1 was to get those regressions of memory and everything else situated, more specifically on the Xbox and PlayStation side. So we'll start off with a little bit of PlayStation gameplay, and then we'll probably pop over to the Xbox side as well. That way we can kind of mess with some third-party airliners and just see how everything's going. So without further ado, I think we'll just, well, before I do anything else, I always recommend doing this. Anytime the sim gets updated and you get to the main menu, reboot the sim. Because sometimes if you don't, you'll run into one crash or something randomly, and you'll be like, oh, here we go. It's going just so. Always a good thing to keep in mind, regardless if it's a public version of the sim or the beta version. Always restart the sim after an update. So, anyways, let me catch up with chat here. Hello, Mr. Goose. Welcome. Cillian, I'm doing great now that 5.1 is here. I love it. Jadu, welcome as well. And Timmy, I was waiting for it as well. It's great to see it's out now. Does this mean new planes? It has nothing to do with specific days. Nothing to do with specific days. The marketplace can now release Monday through Friday. It's just all going to be random. What should be happening now with 5.1 out, especially on the PlayStation side, The marketplace should be seeing a lot more variety, like we were talking about. Airliners, possibly airports, the Juice Goose, some vehicles and stuff like that, so we'll see. And Josh, I agree, finally. What is everyone on Discord going to talk about now? Well, hopefully a working sim. There's no new planes, no. This is no longer beta, King. This is public, so anybody that has the sim, the update is now available to everybody. Right stick still broken. Is it in the marketplace and everything? We'll check it out. Oh yeah, the marketplace still does. Because I know my library doesn't do that anymore. Oh, now it does. Oh, okay. Well, that's dumb. Because it wasn't... This was working in the beta bit. Oh, okay. One of these days they'll get the right analog stick correct, but unfortunately that is not for today. Alright, so we'll do the A320 V2 and LAX to start things on off, just to see how it does. And go from that. Let it load all this in. Get down here. Get me my parking spaces, please. Thank you. Actually, we'll spawn... that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to spawn at the gate, please. Thank you. And we'll see how it does. Hey, Paul. Welcome to the stream. The PS5 Marketplace has been out since April 30th. And Shelto01, hello, hello. When is this coming? Right now. It's already out. And CVG, I agree. Yes, the whole point of this update is to fix the memory issues. And everything else that Sim Update 5 broke because it was a terrible update. Yep, 5.1 should bring those PMDG planes over. I mean, PMDG already was talking about how they did everything on their end that they needed to in order to get their aircraft on the PlayStation Marketplace. So we should hopefully start seeing that occurring. Now that 5.1 is officially here. At least that's the hope. See how it does moving through camera angles here. Still loading some stuff in. Just want to see if it catches up and does everything it needs to. It's already got the good draw distance. Got the trees all over the place. Mountains are looking good way off over there. All the AI traffic has spawned into its allotted gate. Very nice. Alright. Switch my monitor over to the actual thing here. It's 5.1, a whole new update. It's a whole new update. Hello, Ethan. Welcome, welcome. Can't wait to fly the A350 with the Delta card on the right in front of me. Nice, Gabrielle. That'll be a fun one. I love the A350. Especially now that it works properly, especially on the Xbox side, so I'm sure it'll be making it over to PlayStation soon as well. Will I do a review about the new audio sounds? No. I don't do really audio packs much. Especially for the airliners, I have no interest in that. Will the A330-300 be on... There's already... Isn't there already? Is it the 300? Pretty sure it's the 300, right? Unless we're talking about something else from like PMDG or something. 5.1 is released on all platforms, yes. Is this pushback gonna do something? Oh shoot, I'm so sorry. Hold up. Let me just slam my head into the engine really quick. There we go. I was about to say, I'm like, what's going on here? Oh god, here we go with the TCAS already. Oh, that's not... Is it not here? What in the world? It's this one, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I was like, I know it's over here. And it should, Brian. Welcome to the stream. And Black Medicine, about time, I agree. Yes, Ethan, this whole update was mainly for console players. It was all about doing, or getting rid of those memory issues and everything that popped up with Sim Update 5. And thankfully, that should be gone here. I'll leave the Blackhawk on for now, but last time we flew around with it, it seemed to create issues, so we'll see. But alright, let's get going. There's no new aircraft. There's not new content. This is not a new content update. This update was in response to the horrendous changes that Sim Update 5 brought, and now this 5.1 fixes those issues. At least that's the hope. Because we were seeing that in the beta builds, so we'll see if that carries over to the full release here. But so far, everything's looking like it did in the beta, which I'm happy about. So we'll we'll continue. Because as usual, the way we always play the sim is full photogrammic imagery, full real life or real-time air traffic from the AI, multiplayers of course on, all that fun stuff. We don't turn off any settings here. It's going to be the same build that we were having on the beta, just in the public now. There was no new additions to the changelog. Oops, sorry, that was... Oh, hang on, just the fun good old wake turbulence from the helicopter. Don't mind that. If it's your first boot up, the first boot up after an update will always take longer than what you've experienced before. Because it's basically its initial boot again. So, if after the update things are taking a little bit longer, you can expect that to be the case after an update. Can't wait to get home tonight and update to 5.1. Very nice. No, you do not need to exit the beta. Well, if you're on Xbox, you do. Well, no, you don't have to. Normally, it'll just update on PC and Xbox automatically. If you're on the PlayStation side, we have separate installs for the beta and the public version. So you just update your public version and you're good to go. And Lewis, I agree. Well, I mean, 5.1's out for PC as well, but it had nothing to really do with PC. Because PC didn't see the regressions that console did, really. It's really hard to tell if this is just... I'll have to do more tests with it. Because as we know, when multiplayer players go by you, things will freak out for a few seconds just because of proximity. So we'll keep it on for now, but... because now it's caught back up. I mean, it's not perfect still, but there were some improvements to PSVR 2 from our experience in the testing, where, you know, things were much clearer than they were before, but there's still work to be done with it. So what we'll end up doing is, I'm not going to go to Palm Springs like we normally do. We'll just kind of hang around here and then loop back for a landing at LAX. I want to go a bit away from it so it has to deload. And I just want to see how it handles it. And again, for now, I'll keep multiplayer on. Just to see how it does with that. Will SimBrief's crash to desktops be fixed? I would assume that'll be resolved, because a lot of the SDK things and background items were resolved and improved, so hopefully that'll be the case. Alright, Cillian, thanks for stopping on by. Enjoy your sleep. The Blackhawk screen should work now. But we can always pop in there really quick. I'm not going to fly it too much, but we'll just take a quick peek at it after we land. I'm glad I'm getting... Never mind. The beta should shut down now that it's not in beta anymore, yes. You can just leave it installed, though. That way, when Sim Update 6's beta starts, whenever that starts, it'll just update that. So don't delete it. You can just leave it there. I have no idea. I don't have GSX, so I don't pay attention to what their plans are. Hey Simon, good evening to you. And Stony, I just joined. Hallelujah, is career fixed? I mean, if you're talking about the like overall random things that happen in career mode where you get penalized for things and all that, that's not going to change because that wasn't the focus of 5.1. But the ability to use airliners and everything without memory issues and everything else that arose after Sim Update 5 released, yes, that should be fixed. I mean, what's going to change in the world update is newer imagery, more high-quality imagery as well in those areas. And then, of course, we'll test this in different locations and everything as well. just to see how everything kind of handles it. I mean, if it's been on 6% for a while, just restart, because it's not supposed to do that. So, if you're sitting there for a while, just restart the sim. Batwing, this is the full public release update. Out now for all platforms. TCAS is on stand. Why does... I don't care. I turn that off on purpose. I'm not going to sit here and hear traffic, 2 o'clock, descend. I can tell you right now, if you're here for some legitimate airline flights, that's not happening here, so I can just tell you that right now. This is on PS5 Pro, yes. That is correct, Winston. And hello, Monorific, welcome. We're over LA, Calvin. At LAX. It'll be so nice not having these screens changing every single... or rebooting randomly through a flight. That was such an old thing very quickly. It's like, oh, this is annoying. So, we shouldn't have to be dealing with that anymore. Why did everything... It was weird. Everything felt like it was moving much faster for a few seconds, but it's back to normal. At least I'm hoping so. Correct, Paul. The G1000 reboot shouldn't be happening anymore. Nothing out on their website. I'm gonna be honest, I don't look at their website for updates. If you follow their socials, all of it have been posted already. But yes, it is out now for all platforms. To the public, it is out of beta. There's so many of you guys flying with me. It's amazing. Like seeing all these names here. Love it. But it might cause some more stuttering than what we would normally see otherwise. But hey, you know what? It's a good test regardless. Oh, there's somebody right next to us too. I mean, we'll do some tests without multiplayer, because again, we're gonna see more stuttering because of that, especially when people are like right next to us and right in our plane, which is not ideal. So hang on, just stay flying around here. I wanna test it without it, because that's not gonna help me test it in the slightest when there's a player right inside of my plane. So hang on. Because I just want to see how it handles it without that. Because that tells me absolutely nothing. Okay. Do I have sim rate on? Like, what am I... When did I put sim rate on? Oh, that's why that happened. Get rid of this crap. Thank you. Oh, I have to get it back anyway. Hang on, I'm just gonna restart really quick. Hold up. Let me just spawn in the air back here. Let it reload. No wonder. That's why it happened earlier. I was like, that's why I was so confused as to what was going on. Get that crap off of my controls. But yeah, I want to do this without multiplayer because, again, as we know with any platform, when a multiplayer player is close to you, it creates more frame issues. So that's why I want to just see in a closed environment with just AI traffic if that'll continue happening, but it shouldn't. But yeah, that explains why. That's why I was really confused. I'm like, wow, why did it feel like it went faster when we turned on to final? Alright. Oh, you're fine playing. I know, you're trying to slow down. Calm down. Alright. Let's try that again without a multiplayer player's plane being inside of our plane. And then we'll pop back into it. And then after this, we'll check the Blackhawk just to see the screen should be working there, and then we'll swap over to another airport. Or no, we'll spawn here. We'll just go into like an A330 or something and test that out. All right. There's no new content in the sim update. If you're wanting to know if there's new content, there's not. This was all about fixing the issues that arose with Sim Update 5. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think it's region locked on the updates, so I can assure you the update is out. Restart your PC, console, wherever you're playing, and the update will probably pop. I mean, from my beta experience, Sim Update 5.1 has been miles above everything that we've had in the past. But I need some more time here with the live one to give my consensus. The stutterings we were seeing before was way too many multiplayer players inside of my bubble. So I wanted to do this again just to see. I don't know why the draw distance is short again, though. Very, very short. Not a fan of that. It's kind of disappointing. It's probably just the A320, which is why we'll kind of dive into other airliners as well, just to see if it's the same. But we've definitely had better draw distance in the past. Yeah, I know. Calm down. Just want to see how the sim handles LAX over here. Yeah, the other thing too, it's not doing a good job of. It's not I mean, it's doing okay, but it's doing a lot more off-screen reloading again. which it wasn't doing before. But we'll see if it's just because of the A320. I've never really liked the V2 of the A320 anyways. As we've discussed, never was a fan of it in 2020 either. It's always been okay, to say the least. You should be able to, CJs. You should definitely be able to. Am I getting paid to play that? Man, I wish I was. Sobo, Microsoft, you want to get in contact? You can pay me. I mean, if you don't like it anymore, then why are you here? I mean, really. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like it, sorry, but I don't know what's the point in watching something then that you don't like. Because I know for a fact if I didn't like The Sim, I wouldn't be on YouTube looking at something and then saying, oh, I don't like it. Okay, we don't care. Let's put it that way. Oh no, somebody else likes something I don't like. They must be getting paid. That's the only response anybody ever has. It's hilarious. But yeah, again, Asoba, Microsoft, send those paychecks on over, apparently. I'm getting paid by you, so. Love it. There's always somebody that's upset about something. But anyways, I put in about, I don't know, 30 hours in the Sim Update 5.1 beta across all 3 platforms. And I can assure you there have been improvements to the Sim, especially on the console side. Can't really say too much about the PC side because I'm not a PC-focused flight sim player. I'm all about the Xbox and the PlayStation side of things. And Josh, if I were in LAX, I have multiplayer turned off just for now, because I want to test things out without multiplayer players being right in our plane, because that leads to those frame drops that we were seeing. Because all we have right now are the AI traffic real time. Oh, sorry about the gears, by the way. Too busy dealing with foolishness. Ah, still getting those frame drops, though. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Plan. I'm going too fast. Leave me alone. But yeah, still get those stutters entering the airport's proximity. I'm hoping it's just the A320 doing that. Yeah, calm down. I know we were coming in too fast again. I'm not really too worried about that. Just want to see how the performance is. That is my main priority for this stream. Okay, so still saw a bit of stuttering before we entered the airport. So we'll revisit this here with another airliner, because I just want to see if it's just an all across the thing or if it's plane dependent with the 320. We'll see. But somebody wanted to see if the Blackhawk screens were functioning correctly. Let's find out. Hopefully I don't see the missing content nonsense anymore. I shouldn't. Perfect. Alright, now let me turn multiplayer back on here. I do appreciate everybody wanting to fly along, but I wanted to test it without it. Because obviously we were going to see way more drops because of the proximity of players. It's still something they need to work on. Because, I mean, that's been a thing since day one. Anytime there's players next to you, especially if there's specific models, it happens more often than others, and all that fun stuff, so... We're gonna just do a quick peek at the Blackhawk, see if the screen's... Oh, hang on, I need to do this, by the way. Because I'm not gonna cold and dark start this. No thanks. We might dabble a little bit into VR. I don't really like doing that for these streams because then I'm not as active with chat. Hey, look at the screens. They don't infinitely load anymore. And of course, the other thing that I'm sure anybody that bought the Blackhawk, you would know that your screens would refresh, they would shut down memory issues and everything like that. So we'll fly around a little bit of LA with it and go from that. Alright, did I turn multiplayer back? Oh, hang on. Because for whatever reason, when you do the multiplayer setting off in settings, it doesn't actually re-enable it in flight conditions. Don't know why, but let me fix that. And we'll reconvene back to LA. So we'll just do a little orbit around, maybe we'll go to downtown and just see how the helicopter performs now. Cool, let me catch up with chat. Hi Cal, finally got rid of the stuttering issues. I had to turn some AI traffic settings to medium. Yeah, but I mean, that still shouldn't be the case where you need to turn things, I mean, I guess, well, are you on PC, Canadian? I try to remember everybody's preference of choice, but I can never remember it. Uh-oh. Why am I seeing that pop up? Why is the terminal not loading in yet? It did fine the first time. I'm gonna chalk the... Okay. Okay. That's not ideal. Why did you do fine the first time? Don't be doing this to me. Alright, let me see. I hope I didn't miss anybody. There's something about rolling cache that is supposed to help with graphics, and I've never once messed with rolling cache. Ever. On any platform. Well, apparently the Blackhawk is not... I mean, I guess it's not surprising, because obviously is Miltech having to do something on their end with their helicopter? Because it doesn't seem to like it, for some reason. Let me just go into the A330 and just see how it handles that. Are these going to be lingering issues, or is it just the Blackhawk? Because we did a stream over that helicopter. I wasn't super impressed with the PlayStation version of it. It seems to need some work anyways. So let's just try it with something else. And immediately everything's loading in normal. So yeah, something... I think Miltech is still needing to push out and update themselves with whatever SDK and things in the background were changed. Because it still has its weird issues. Because yeah, the terminal's already all here. Well, good. Not really a fan of that Blackhawk anyways, so I'm not really too concerned. But hopefully for those of you that do enjoy it, Miltech will get that updated to kind of resolve whatever issues are going on with it on the PlayStation side. Oh, no, Wasm still crashed everything else. So, here, before I do anything else, I'm going to get rid of the Blackhawk. I don't want it on my list. Then I'm going to restart. So that answers the question. It might... Well, no, let's test it out thoroughly. Let me just reboot it. load in directly with the Blackhawk and see. Because it seemed like the first load did fine, except for not loading any terrain for whatever reason. So I want to just do one more check and see if it's just a continuous issue with the Blackhawk, which I'm going to assume it is. But we'll see. That's what we're here to do. I don't think many people are enjoying that LVFR A380. So, I mean, I doubt it'll come over to the PlayStation side. But I do not know. And Dr. Punish, any market? No, there's nothing new in the marketplace today. But again, if you're just joining and you're on the PlayStation side with 5.1, that should open up a lot more variety of content to finally make its way over with SDK, WASM APIs, and all that type of stuff that was changed with 5.1. We're just doing a quick test here on Miltech's Blackhawk helicopter just to see if whatever was happening with it happens again. And we'll kind of go out from that. Amulet, you don't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. I just have the Apple Sports notification on my screen about the Germany-Paraguay game. I think we're going to sit in this... Oh, man. I'll give it a few more moments to see if it'll get through the 20 of 20 here. It shouldn't take this long. Oh, I'll catch up with chat in the meantime. Yeah, this is hung up for some reason. Hang on. Shouldn't take that long. Not in the slightest. Let's try that again. I mean, it's not an impressive helicopter on the PlayStation side. I mean, it's fun to use on the PC and Xbox, of course, but there's just some things to work on. Terrible multiplayer model. Stuff like that. And in a multiplayer environment, the helicopter just sometimes runs into this weird... Like, it runs smooth, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't like something. Like, if there's another player next to you, it loses its frames, and then it just continues to lose it, so... And Ethan with the $4.99. Love the content. Keep it up. I very much appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy the contents enough to do that. So very, very much appreciate that. Happy to have you here in the stream. This intro video for PlayStation is the PlayStation trailer. That's why it's different from the PC and Xbox version of the sim. And now let me guess, you want to take forever to load on in here, huh? Well, that's alright. I have the Xbox on, so let me get that updated. We'll do some testing there, because now all of a sudden this doesn't want to load properly. Oh. Did this get updated? I don't think this got updated. Why is it acting like it did? Hold up. Hold up. All right, because it's in the... Asobo, can we make it to where... Oh, well, shoot. Hang on, I shouldn't do that. Hang on. Oh, crap. I just realized. Now it's really not going to load on PlayStation because I got rid of the Ethernet. Good. This is all fantastic now. Okay, there we go. It's got its connection here. Let me just restart this real quick. We'll get there. Is Flight Sim 24 actually worth playing? I have it, but I have not played it since a month after I got it. I mean, Hey, Nolan. Alright, can I have my update now? Or am I gonna have to bail out of the beta and do all this other nonsense? But, Asobo, can we make it to where it's like PlayStation, where we can have 2 separate installs instead of doing this nonsense all the time? It's always so annoying having to leave the beta in order for the thing to, you know, it's a whole thing. A whole unnecessary thing. Get me out of the beta. It's probably gonna be a whole thing now to reinstall the whole sim or something at this point. But yeah, I would really, because I love that on the PlayStation side where we can just have both of them loaded together at the same time. So if the beta's over, you just go right back to the regular one and done. Instead of doing this crap. You need this update, but we can't get it right now. Nice. Okay, that's lovely. I've never seen that pop up before. Oh my goodness, let me just restart again. I should have never went to the Blackhawk. I wish I never did. That's when everything went wrong. We'll do this one more time. If the update doesn't pop, then whatever. We'll try it later. We'll go back to the PlayStation. Goodness gracious. An unnecessary delay that I did not intend to have happen. Can you find the update now, please? Thank you. Glad you found it this time. Oh, good. We don't have to reinstall everything. Excellent. Yay! Who can believe it? Now, hopefully, I can load in over here. I'll be a bit annoyed if I can't. Oh my goodness, Snow with the $5.10. Yeah, appreciate the timely info too, even if you are mean to my favorite helicopter. I'm just hoping they kind of, I don't know, the PlayStation version just needs some work. I think, personally. Hey Cowtown tuned in. I'm working away from home and seeing the new 5.1 update has dropped, and I can't wait to try it myself all week. So I'm keen to see what you show us. Absolutely, Mark. We're finally loading in perfectly, so great. And what we're going to do, I'm sorry to everybody that was wanting to fly with me on the PlayStation side. Everything exploded after we went into the Blackhawk, so we're going to not mess with that. But we will go into the A350 here at LAX again. So we'll pop back over to the PlayStation a little bit later. I just don't know why it freaked out. So, but I got sick of not loading into the sim. So we're over here now. It has nothing to do with servers loading in. That's just some other random thing that happens from time to time. Alright. And sorry about the delay, everybody. I hate wasting everybody's time by being in menus, so let's go ahead and just load on in really quick. Well, give me the Delta Airlines, actually. Hang on. Give me the good old Delta Airlines over here. If you don't mind. That is not what I meant to do. Good. There it is. Let's go 900 ULR. And now we'll do my Palm Springs, because I have the add-on inside. Yeah, perfect. That'll be a handcrafted airport to another handcrafted airport. We're doing this on the Xbox Series X. And we'll go from that. Excellent. At least now we can finally play. Oh, man. Well, for me, I mean, the MD-11 is a great plane. I bought it when it was on the third-party stores a while ago, but it's not great enough for me to spend another $80+ on it for the marketplace version. I should have just waited for that one anyways, because at least that one comes with career mode, which is cool. But yeah, I'm not going to buy that again. That is a lot of money. Oh, crap. So remember how in the beginning of the stream I said I'm not going to do it now just because we've already wasted enough time. I'm hoping everything will be good, but sometimes after you update and you just play immediately afterwards without restarting the sim, you can run into some weird things that won't happen after that. So we'll just bear that in mind if anything goes drastically wrong. But we've already wasted enough time, and I don't want to waste more of your time, so we're going to stick it out here. I mean, when it comes to the AI traffic that you turn down, I mean, I don't see why that would be much of a thing. But, I mean, hey, that's why the settings are there. If you're not dealing with the stuttering anymore, that's great. So, I mean, I would leave it. It's no big deal on that. There's no liveries yet on the PS5, no. Not at the moment. Nice. Already, oh, and let it load in the rest of the stuff here, but we're already at a nice constant frame rate. It'll still load in some stuff as we pan around. But, excellent. That makes me happy to see that. Oh. Okay. I was worried for a second. I was like, uh-oh, here we go. Oh, which chalk do I remove? Oh, this is always so annoying. I'll just do it from the tablet, whatever. Leave me alone. Grounds. Get rid of the chalks. Okay, let me get rid of them again. There we go. It's just like, I'm not gonna keep walking around here. Got our lovely pushback going. All the screens are working, no memory pop-ups, which, thank goodness for that. Disable the parking brake because pushback tug should almost be ready to start us back here. What's taking you so long down there? There you go, thank you. PMDGs are very expensive for sure, but I mean, if you're looking for in-depth airliners, I'm pretty sure they're high quality. I don't really have any experience with it personally. The only, I mean, I got one of their planes, the older 737s. That's the only experience I have with them. Just going off of what I've seen online about them. Wow, that was an aggressive, I didn't even, okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. Just chuck us backwards here. But alright, let's get moving here. Oh, what is happening now? Why is this stuck in... I don't have a pushback tug anymore. Quit going to the left. Okay. Nice. I should have just slew mode. I'm gonna do that anyways. Are we off the stupid pushback tug? Because it still thinks it's on it. There we go. We're good now. Did I forget? Oh my goodness. Passengers, I'm gonna bail out of the plane really quick. Somebody forgot to remove some covers on the front of the nose, and we're not gonna fly with that on. So let's go ahead and do that. This is what happens when I'm trying to rush through everything. But there we go. Everything is fine, folks. I don't know what the active runway is, nor do I care. We're gonna just take off wherever we want to take off from. Get some flaps going, and we'll just take off, head over to Palm Springs in the A350. Which I saw a post on the forums absolutely being completely incorrect that the A350 was fully unplayable. It hasn't been fully unplayable since at least after Sim Update 4. Obviously there were some issues with the memories and everything else after Sim Update 5, but to say that it's always been unplayable on the Xbox was a bunch of garbage. Alright, finally getting up in the air here. Fantastic. See how it does, switching camera angles, having to reload some stuff, getting some stuttering there, but seems to be finally catching up. Again, most players probably wouldn't be doing that anyways, but I like to test it out regardless, see how it does loading back into the cockpit. Everything's good to go, which I'm happy to see. It's not reloading the cockpit over and over again. The screens aren't just shutting down and having to reboot because they unload after you go external view. I'm just trying to see if... I think we're getting a better draw distance than we were with the A320. I think a lot of that is the A320's just itself with its not so great optimization. It's always been kind of a thing with that aircraft anyways. Got our AI trial. Speaking of the A380, there's one right there. On final into LAX. And I don't want the clouds here. I want to see how everything's doing down there. So we're going to get rid of that. Because I actually want to see what's loading in, what's not loading in, draw distances, and all that type of stuff. But I mean, overall, I mean, again, doing really well, considering this is the A350. It's definitely a performance hog aircraft. So that's nice. Getting good textures from the terrain. It isn't all just soupy and just kind of drawn, like, you know what I'm talking about. When you see terrain that isn't fully loaded in, because you can see even off in the distance, things are still looking really nice and enjoyable to look at. But there's still definitely a lower draw distance that we weren't experiencing before, because you can see the tile right there now it loaded in. But then going for everything that is loaded in around us, looks like it's doing really good. You get the photogrammic imagery looking nice, and yeah, so I mean, my only disappointment, I guess, is really the draw distance has been shortened again. That's been something that's happened quite a bit on the consoles, where in beta builds, it's like, oh, it's much further, then another beta build comes out, it's shorter again, it just kind of adjusts. So it's still further than it was in the A320, though. Get our nice little short flight from LAX to Palm Springs. I always just love doing this because it's a great area to test out. I mean, we'll go over to London and stuff too with some of the other default aircraft. But I always like to test out with the A350 just because of how much of a performance hog this aircraft is. But man, do I need to catch up with chat. I'm so sorry. So Captain, again, with third-party stuff on the PlayStation, we should start seeing more stuff released after this is finally out. So we'll see what happens, but that is my guess on the marketplace for PlayStation. What Xbox? All my settings, regardless of where I'm playing this sim, are default. I don't change the rolling cache. I don't do any of that type of stuff. It is all default. As my oh man, I need some water. I've been talking, so it's only been an hour or two. God dang, it feels like I'm glad. So that delay wasn't too long, which makes me happy. But yeah, it's all default settings. I don't change anything. And again, sorry to everybody that was on PlayStation. It was so cool to see so many of you flying with me, but I don't know, it didn't want to load anymore, so we'll probably pop back there a little bit later. We'll see. And gotcha, Canadian, but yeah, at least you're getting a better experience regardless. Can't wait to be back in the U.S. so I can play this update. I get to catch a flight on a 777 tomorrow. Very nice. Kilo Sierra Mike Foxtrot. Let me be more professional with that. But very nice. Hopefully have a blast in that flight. Because flight control replay just sucks anyways. You're not missing out on anything. I'm still hoping Asobo's either working with somebody else or doing their own in-house replay. And moving on from that, because I've never once been impressed with flight control replay in the default sim. And hello, Winston. Welcome to the stream. I don't really want to give like a definitive thing because we've seen some random things happen, but I'm not going to chalk it up to being like a complete issue all the time or anything like that. Overall, taking my beta experience with the sim, things are looking much better than they did after Sim Update 5 released. And in most instances, I think they're looking better than what we had with Sim Update 4. Especially when it comes to the performance side of things. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll keep testing things out. Opinions might change, but I'm hoping they won't. No, I do not use a pedal, rudder, or yoke. Whatever I just said. I don't use that stuff, no. PlayStation, I use the DualSense controller with gyroscope control, and right now I'm just flying with an Xbox controller. But again, still seeing the photogrammic imagery going on. Can still make out those details even though we're this far away in third-party airliner. Very nice. Yep, Paul, exactly. It's definitely further than that A320. What's wrong with the 737? Right now we're on the Xbox Series X, Matthew. Nothing new in the marketplace for the PlayStation side. There really hasn't been anything new on the marketplace for any platform the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty light. I'm sure that'll change now, though. Still having issues with the rudder pedals on the PS5 with the PlayStation Thrustmaster HOTAS joystick. So I know this might sound dumb, but are the rudder pedals actually having any configuration to them? Because I'm not really sure what the issue would be, as I do not have experience with that. And Dennis, I get it. I'm glad you love the VR stuff. I'm not going to be in VR because why do I want to ignore the chat? I'm not going to keep having the headset on and turning it off, and no. But I'm glad you enjoy the VR. I'm not going to be doing that on a stream. I want to interact with chat. I would assume the A380 for mini builds is going to be in the fall or something like that. Doesn't seem like it's close to releasing, but who knows? I liked your video about M Scenery going away. It was a great day last Thursday, Matt. And thankfully, those of you that do have a disc on the PlayStation, you should be able to join Sim Update 6's beta and everything else in the future, so you won't be kind of left in the dark on that. So and the other reason I don't do VR too much is not everybody enjoys watching VR gameplay through a stream, so it's something we do from time to time, but it's not my main method of showcasing the sim. Because I think this is this one with, no, I don't think it is without the cabin. Oh, it is without the cabin. Okay. Never mind. I was wondering why that curtain was over there. Oh my god, Dennis, can we stop? Like, goodness gracious, we get it. You love the VR, but oh my goodness. Every time I look over, it's like an ad for VR. It's like, okay, I'm glad you enjoy it. Have fun with it. But we do not need to spam the chat every 30 seconds with yet another VR comment and about how much you enjoy it. Oh my goodness gracious. And Kappa, hello, welcome to the stream, welcome, welcome. Should I buy the AnyBuilds TriStar or the default Cessna Citation Longitude? I know they're both completely different. I don't really like the Longitude. It still needs a lot of work for me to really enjoy it. It's not optimized very well. It's a very lackluster experience regarding the Longitude. I love the Citations, but that Longitude is not. It's probably one of my least favorite aircraft in the default sim. I'm sick on November 19th. I'm curious what your GTA 6 Microsoft Flight Sim will be. I don't know what that means. But I will cover GTA 6. I love it. I mean, I still play online every day pretty much. Doing some business stuff. But very much looking forward to the 19th. It's going to be awesome. Since Update 5 I cannot play on Xbox, do you think this will be... Yes. This is going to be completely removing all the nonsense that they brought with Sim Update 5. Worst Sim Update in the history of Flight Sim. I mean, that completely killed the console version, especially if you're into airliners. And I know not everybody's into airliners. So if you were flying around in a Cessna 172, your experience probably wasn't hampered by those issues. But if you were flying airliners or aircraft with more sophisticated avionics systems, it was never a fun time, especially if you spawned at handcrafted airports, wanted to do some cargo or passenger transport missions in an airliner in career mode. It was horrendous. So, all those issues that you're running into when that happened should now pretty much be all gone. At least that's the hope. And so far, so good. I'm sorry. What is Jeff Faviano doing in the chat? That is insane. Jeff? Welcome. That was not on my bingo card today. My goodness. Welcome, welcome. What's SU6 going to fix? Well, the biggest thing that I really love that they announced about Sim Update 6 is the night lighting at airports, at the terminals and everything. Gonna be a huge upgrade to that, and I'm really looking forward to it. Well, see, now the pressure's on. I mean, we've got Jeff here, and I mean, we'll try to make it look nice here. Have you noticed any measurable difference in memory usage since updating? So, I mean, I don't really play on the PC side too much. I mean, we do it from time to time. But regarding on console, you can't really look at the FPS stuff and all that, so I'm assuming there should be improvements there. But yeah, we're on the Xbox Series X right now. And I'm sure Sim Update 6 is going to be bringing all kinds of other stuff. They talked about it, you know, some helicopter, just overall improvements to how those things fly. And I'm sure there's other unannounced things coming with it. Yep, I was the same way, because I got this right after it released, and it wasn't... I was not impressed. I mean, the whole thing was just... It wasn't optimized very well either, but now it's definitely... It's one of my favorites. I mean, I fly it a lot, even though I'm not a big airliner person. Which is why I like having these types of aircraft, though, for these types of tests. The memory issues should be pretty much non-existent now on the PlayStation and Xbox, correct? We were still seeing it with the Miltech Blackhawk, but I think that might have just been a one-off thing. We'll test it again here later. That might have just been some random nonsense going on at that point. And somebody brought up the Togs hangar helicopter. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to that. That'll be fun to fly. Alright, let's head into Palm Springs over here. Yes, regarding settings, they're both the same, Ryan. I'd rather have good Microsoft Flight Sim on PS5 than buying GTA 6, but that's just me. I will be on both. That's all I know. Got it pre-ordered on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and it's going to be a fantastic day. I mean, I hope at some point Florida does get an update in the sim, because there's a lot that, there's a lot of old imagery down there. The Key West water masking stuff that's been broken for a while now. Would really love to see that fixed. Hopefully World Update 22 can kind of clean up the water, at least, in Key West, but we'll see. I take it back, I'm not sick that day, I'm sick that week. I don't blame you, Matt. I don't blame you one bit. I wish Gulfstream would let someone develop one of their variants. It would be a great addition to the sim. I agree, Jacob. Stan, yep, same here. It's the first thing I want to do. It's like, I want to fly around this new world. The A350 is not on the PlayStation 5, but with 5.1 it should open up a lot more of these types of aircraft to finally make their way over. So, that'll be nice. I'm still hoping to see some more Embraer airliners get into the sim. Because I know a lot of the focus is, of course, on the Boeings and Airbuses, but some E-jets would be excellent.
2,500.
The new tech that they really focused on was how water interacts with land. Because right now, you know, when water reaches the land in satellite imagery, you get this weird discolorization on the edge of water. That'll pretty much be eliminated now. It'll make it look nice and legitimate on bodies of water next to land and everything. We're already starting to see that in the latest city update. We talked about that, and of course we'll see that in every future world and city update as well. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that, plane.
2,500. 2,000.
I know we're taking a very interesting approach into Palm Springs. I'm sure everybody that's a professional airline pilot's like, what's going on? But it's all good.
2,500. 2,000.
Start bleeding off some of this airspeed here. Because you can see the airport is right over there.
2,000.
I'm hoping they eventually fix that 787. It's just, it's up there with the Longitude for me, where it's just, you know, they can be cool planes, but they need some work.
2,500. 2,500. 2,000. 2,000.
Love flying over terrain. But back to the peripheral talk, I mean, I do have the Thrustmaster HOTAS 1 that I use periodically on the Xbox and PC side. But yeah, on the PlayStation side, it is just the DualSense with gyroscope controls. I don't know, we might not be at 2,000 feet. If only there was this way of knowing. Like the cockpit could tell you this. I haven't touched the 2020 version of The Sims since this came out. Even through all the nonsense in the beginning of 24's release, I just never had any need to go back to 2020. I said this last time we flew around here, don't mind the mountains. They do some weird stuff here. They've been doing that forever. It just goes through different imagery and wants to switch between the two. It doesn't really want to decide which one it wants to show. So that's not anything to do with Sim Update 5 or anything. It's been like that forever around the Palm Springs Mountains. In case you wanted to know, you know? Default airport blue sky, blue light from the sky. I'm gonna be honest, Captain, I don't know what you mean by blue light. Apparently there's somebody in front of us?
1,000.
Where? I don't see a single plane in front of us. I don't know what our traffic collision avoidance system is looking at, but apparently it's looking at a ghost aircraft. Who knew Palm Springs is a haunted location? We're riding high on the glide slope here, so let's go ahead and rectify that. And there's our red. Let's get our second red.
400.
There we go. There's the glide slope.
200. 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Oh, we floated way too long there.
Max braking. Max braking.
I'm still happy with that, though. I didn't want to float as much, but... Watch you pull up to the gates here. I love this add-on. AC went out today, so dealing with that. Oh no! Hopefully that can get fixed there for you, Jeff. Always seems to happen on the worst days, too. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. I still can't believe you're in the chat. Like, what in the world? Oh, man. But yep, I always say it. I mean, when you get those nice landings, it's a feeling that never gets old. It doesn't matter how many times it happens. It's such a satisfying feeling. And I'm glad you're all here to watch it. But yeah, back to the weather. Summer can wrap on up, is all I know. Bring on fall, and That's all I need. Cow really milked the landing. Oh, there you go, Canada. Canadian, not Canada. There we go. Yeah, I wish the float didn't happen there, but, you know, we'll make do. The other thing I'm really happy about, there weren't any massive stutters at any point. So that's great, especially since this is a handcrafted airport. I believe this is also made by Any Builds. So, great to see performance didn't take... Again, don't mind the mountains, that's the nonsense I was talking about. I don't know what's with the terrain data here, but we're just going to ignore that. I'm sure they got room for the A350 here. Of course, when I travel to Paris, it's in the middle of a heat wave. Yep. I am noticing I'm not getting my textures on the ground at this airport. Now again, is this part of some of the SDK changes that have happened? Where developers will have to do some updates to their existing add-ons? Who knows? But let's see here. Look at it right here. Let me... In case you didn't see this airport before, it's a great add-on. We'll just take a quick little fly through. Welcome to Palm Springs Airport. Never been, but looks like a great... I mean, it's just... I love the way they did it. The open air terminal setup going on. Let me turn up my camera panning here. Because you best guarantee you'd find me sitting here watching all the stuff going on. And of course, got all this going on, the open air part to the other part of the building, all that fun stuff. Great add-on. And there's our A380. Or A350, goodness gracious, I'm all over the place. Cool. So, now let's pop over to, let's do London. London City Airport. We'll do that in the A330. I guess somebody was wanting to see a 737, so we can do that too. Just see how it does, you know, switching between a location, loading in something else. If it's going off of our experience with the beta that we were in for a while, it should do fine with it. And then after this, we'll pop back over to the PlayStation 5 Pro version of the sim and see if we can load into it properly and not whatever was happening earlier. Wish there was a good add-on for Sacramento International. I'm still waiting on a Centennial Airport. I can't believe nobody's made that one yet. One of the most busy general aviation airports in, I believe, North America is the title of it. So, great steady frame rate already. Great load distance off into the downtown area of London. Love to see it. Let's go ahead and boot this up. I don't have any add-ons for this, even though there's been a couple great ones that have come out. So don't mind the... whatever that's supposed to be. Alright, get our pushback going. Well, no, A330 is performing lovely here. What's new? There's nothing new in 5.1. This was just an update to fix the issues that arose after Sim Update 5's launch. So, no new content. I've personally requested APA from various devs, still nothing. I really wonder why that is, though. because that thing would sell a ton. Still hoping for a career mode option where you can search on a rival airport. That would be nice. Oh, we'll just land at Heathrow. We'll just kind of do a quick little hop from here over to Heathrow just to see how the sim handles that and everything in between. See how the photogrammic imagery looks as well. I don't really want to turn this way. We're good, thanks. Alright, aviation, gotta head out, gotta wake up in 5 hours. Great stream. I appreciate it. Enjoy your flight on the 777. UK 2000 did Kilo Oscar Sierra Hotel, which is a great add-on. Very nice. Glad you're enjoying it. That's the goal, Christopher. Oh, you know what? Maybe the pushback tug did have a good idea. That's okay. We're gonna just do our own little path here. Sure they won't mind. Oh, look at that. It's so nice. If you played on the console version, you know what a pain it was with the airliners after 5 came out. The cockpits would always refresh. You'd get these really low polygon ridiculousness and all that fun stuff. It's so nice not seeing that anymore. Everything's just ready to go regardless of what's going on outside the aircraft. I'm not sitting here having all these reloads all the time. But we're going to go ahead and not look outside the front of the nose here. Just pretend everything's going all right out there. And see, you can see how nice everything looks in here. Oh, there we go. We've been on the taxiway the entire time. I don't know what's going on with the building in front of us, but that is seen better days. I'm assuming there were trees around it, and that was the outcome. It's probably one of the worst photogrammic buildings I've seen in a while. I'm sure this runway is long enough for this. Do a little hold the brakes and full power it. Can already see the O2. Uh-oh. Hang on, hang on. Oh, no, it's doing that nonsense. Ah, they still haven't fixed that, though. Because watch, hang on. If I let go... Oh, now it's... Okay, now it didn't do... Whatever. Now it's making me out like a liar here. But where this whole thing where sometimes if you're using the controller, it'll stay in whatever gear position the nose gear will. And then you have to cursor it to reset. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways. We're gonna just move on from that. Unbelievable. Wow, I was really wanting to bank to the right there. Alright, welcome to London, everybody. Hey, look at the contrail. Is it going to disappear, or did they kind of improve that? Because that's always disappointing. You see something cool, and then once the AI leaves about, like, half a mile away from you, it just poofs away. Like, okay. But no, getting excellent performance out of this. I love it. Great draw distance, getting a lot of photogrammic imagery for quite a few miles off of where our current position is. By the way, I don't know if Jeff is still here. Loved my time in OCRP. It was excellent. Especially that one time where I was selling you what was supposed to be a drug deal, but it was candy. It's always one of my favorite moments. But anyways, Heathrow should be right there, right? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes it is. Excellent. So I'm not going to hang around. We're going to just immediately land there because I don't want to go past it, turn around, and then have it already kind of have stuff loaded in. I wanted to load everything in as we make our approach. And then after we do this landing, we'll swap back over to the PlayStation side, which hopefully we'll actually be able to load in because it was doing some nonsense. Sure it was It was! Oh, crap. Good times. Love that. Terminal's already all loaded in over there. And you know what? Here, let's do it at night. Because I gotta see what the blue light stuff is, because I don't remember anything really being an issue with blue lights. Wasn't that like 7? Yes, it was a long, long time ago. It's hard to believe it was that many years ago. But yeah, it was with Stoner Steve. And as you drive off on the bike, I was like, I'm just trying to make money for my kids. Oh, crap. Let me see if I can figure out lights in this. I guess it's already all on. That works out perfectly. We're good. Still doing some reloading, but not a big deal. It's pretty fast. It's not causing any frame issues or anything of the sort, which I'm very happy with. Alright, let's try not to float it this time. Time does go, I mean, it just, I don't know what happens, but it just seems like time goes faster and faster. It's just like, can we slow down a little bit here? Your cabin lights are not on. I don't want them on. I like being in the darkness, like I'm flying in a cave. But no, I like to prefer where I'm just seeing what I need to see without any other lights on. That's typically how I fly with any aircraft. I don't want any other distractions going on.
1,000.
So far, so smooth.
500. 400.
Oh, somebody's taking off.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, look at it's just, it makes me so happy to change cameras and it's just not killing the frames and everything. It's doing so much better. I don't know what night landings are always just a bit daunting. I don't know what it is, but I'll leave it dark. I want to create a flashbang here. Oh, look at the moon. That's cool. Looking lovely over there. See? Oh, see. I agree, Jeff, because I've brought that up in the past, and then I always sometimes get comments where it's just like, oh, the night lighting doesn't matter. It's like, what are you talking about? Yes, it does. Like, why is the landing light not doing anything for me? You know, it's just like, okay, it doesn't matter, right? They just put it on there just for the aesthetic of it, I guess. And thank you, everybody. Glad you enjoyed the landing. What's my favorite business jet to fly? I mean, I don't really have like a loyalty to a specific one. I mean, if you're giving me an elegant looking aircraft, no matter who's making it, it's a winner in my book. Oh crap, I need to look at that up anyways and just have it on the PC side just to have that. Because I did not even know about it. But cool, alright. Let's swap back over to the PlayStation here. But that was Xbox Series X looking fantastic. Both with default aircraft and third-party ones. Which is really awesome to see. That makes me happy. So, shut that off. Go back over to this, and hopefully I can load in. But yeah, I'll definitely have to look that up. Because I always thought it was, because, you know, the only experience I've had with flight in real life is with my dad and some, you know, some Pipers in the 172s. But even those provide great lighting on the ground as you're landing. So it was always odd to me when I got comments where it's like, oh, that's how it is. It's like, no, it's not. I don't know where you're getting that from, but whatever. The air show I went to the other day was awesome. Very nice, Saint. Glad you enjoyed that. Our air show's coming up in September. Always a blast. No, you didn't find anything on the web. Leave me alone. On my PS5, after I've played for a while, it always says memory reserves are low. That shouldn't be happening anymore, Mad. I mean, if that was just on the default Sim Update 5 version of the Sim, you're going to be seeing that quite a bit. but now you won't. Let me finish that off. Just say it's going to be something. But yeah, that shouldn't be happening anymore. Nothing new for the marketplace, John. But with 5.1 release now, there should be more going on with it. Learn how to fly in an RV-8 tail dragger. Oh, very nice. At Kilo Sierra Papa Golf. That's awesome. There's a reason why you can see aviation lighting at insane distances. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully it's something that can tie in with the new lighting at airports. Let's just boost up the power of the lights on the aircraft as well in Sim Update 6. And yeah, Monorific, I see it's 1-1. How do you get that load screen? This is the PlayStation trailer. That is what the load screen is on the PlayStation side. The Xbox and PC still with the... I think it's still the first trailer when it was first revealed of 24. I think what they should do is just make the load screen whatever the latest trailer is what I would do. But anyways, we're finally back on the PlayStation, folks. Let's go back to LA. So if you want to fly with me, you can absolutely do so. I'm sorry because we had a great group of people flying with me, but I couldn't get back into it. So let's pop over to the A321. And let's do a flight let's do LA to San Diego. We'll go south. Or should we do San Francisco? No, we'll do San Diego. We did San Francisco last time, so we'll just spawn over at a gate. Let's get a little bit close. We'll start over here. There we go. Make it easy. You're welcome, John. In my game, I actually spotted an Airbus A380. Yeah, there's a ton of passive aircraft models that range from general aviation to private jets, airliners, and all that. So you'll definitely see them out and about. Played 3 airliner missions on PS5, no issues so far. Nice, Randolph. That's great to hear. Yes, the E2. I hope somebody makes an E2. I'd love to fly that. And Canadian, we'll still do some PC and Xbox stuff as well, so you can still join up for those flights. I'm hoping one day the PlayStation can be part of that whole ecosystem anyways, where everybody can just fly in one world. That would be nice. But yeah, we'll still do PC stuff as well. Would you recommend the L1011, the lovely TriStar from Any Builds? I like the TriStar. I haven't flown it in a while, but the time we did spend with it, I very much enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, speaking of heat, it's getting way too hot in here. I think Jeff might have come over and broken my AC unit as well. So we'll give it another, give or take a minute or so. I'm going to try a fly with you at LAX. I may fly the Vulcan, and I will not see the Vulcan because I have not bought that, but very nice. You can absolutely join on up. Do you have problems with the runway texture? Sometimes when I take off, it gets very blurry. It just depends. I mean, in some situations, if there's a lot going on around the airport, there can be a degradation in the visuals of a runway. I think they were doing pretty good just now with the Xbox on the A380 and the A320. No. A330. Immediately already forgot what I flew. Oh my, I see some names. You guys have been here the whole time. Appreciate waiting up. Alright, I'll give it just a few more seconds because I don't think it wants to do it. But I'll wait. We'll see. We'll give it time. No, Saint, you can fly your Vulcan. It is all good. No worries. I don't think it likes the A321 here. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Let me do something here. Just stay at LAX here, folks. Give me one moment. The PlayStation Marketplace is different just in the fact that it doesn't really have much in there. Currently, there's 13 third-party aircraft, and that's it. There's no airports, there's no sceneries. I think the sim is locked up. I'm gonna go back to it because I don't have the audio here. Hmm. Okay, well, so far, the Xbox experience was a lot smoother. We've been having more weird oddities happening on this side. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, that goes for anything. Helicopters, aircraft. If you don't own what somebody else is flying, you will not see it. I always thought it'd be kind of cool to make it to where anything that gets added into the marketplace can have like a small random low like I don't know, maybe it wouldn't work out the way I think it would, just having some low resolution version of it just to kind of see it. But similar to what the passive aircraft are, where it's just a shell of the plane, because then might be able to get more sales for developers, like, hey, look at that Vulcan flying through, I want to buy that, that type of thing. I think would be really cool, where it's just a really small file size that doesn't eat through, or it doesn't even have to be a file size since everything's streamed if you want it that way. Would be kind of a cool addition to the world, instead of seeing a Vulcan that's actually showing up as a helicopter and it's doing some weird, all that type of stuff. What are the odd things start releasing on PS5 tomorrow? I mean, I don't know. At this point, the PlayStation Marketplace, things will just release when they release. I gotta go to bed. It's 11:30 p.m. in Ireland. Enjoy the stream. I'll watch the rest of it tomorrow. I very much appreciate you sticking around, Jacob. Enjoy the sleep. Happy to have you here in the stream. But yep, I mean, hopefully that'll all change and the airports will start rolling in. I'm still not sure if liveries will make it over to the PlayStation side, because obviously we know they're very picky about what's allowed in mods and add-ons and stuff like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. So we'll try the A321 again. I'm not really sure why it hung up on the load there, which is a bit worrying because we've been testing out all the airliners all over the place and never really ran into situations like that. So we'll try it again. And of course, we'll only do it one more time, because if it happens again, we know there's something wrong specifically with that plane. We'll reload and then go into something else. But I'm hoping that won't be the case. We'll spawn into our Air New Zealand A321, and everything will be perfect. And we can get our aircraft over to San Diego. We might even we might do San Francisco, because I do want to go back to another photogrammic area. I mean, San Diego is as well, but a handcrafted airport is what I meant to say. You got LAX with the T-38, very nice. Alright. Please work. I don't want to go through another load screen. You can do it, A321. I believe in you. Even though there's a lot of green dots over here. But we'll just try it again. Every time I come to LAX, I think about the In-N-Out, and then I want In-N-Out. New update is nothing new with content. It is all just about fixing the issues that arose with Sim Update 5's release. There we go. Very nice. Thank you very much. I did not want to restart the sim again. I want to get flying. And now we can get back to my gyroscope here. Let everything load on in. Engine covers. Get the chocks off. And this one will actually get the autopilot going as well. But yeah, we'll go up to San Francisco. Which, let me see if I, again, not an expert in the airliner department, but we'll see if I can get a flight plan set up here and not fail miserably at it. But there's no guarantee. Alright, KLAX. Oh wait, hang on. Do we do it here and then do the little slash to a little KSFO, Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar? Oh, look at that. Who can believe it? I know I can't. I am just not familiar with any of this anyways. Flight number is... Let's do a little Yankee Alpha Yankee 5-1. No guesses as to what that means. Alright, so there's that. Oh, and there's our flight. Oh my goodness, look at this. I don't know what else to do after that. That's kind of where my knowledge ends. Are we good to go? Is it there? Oh my goodness, I think it is. It probably isn't though, but we can mess with it up in the sky. Let's get rolling here. Oh my goodness, great. Hello everybody. This is gonna be great for the frame rate, I'm sure. Place is packed. Oh my goodness, I love the... Okay, we're taking off because of the helicopter wake turbulence. Very good. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is... What is that Is that a... I always forget the name of it. Condor, that's right. That is such a weird livery. Home, good. There goes the audio. This is going well. This is going fantastic, folks. I'm gonna go inside. The audio has exploded. So this is PlayStation 5 Pro that you're seeing this gameplay on. Earlier we were on the Xbox Series X. No problem, DB. No problem at all. Nice, Randolph. Happy to have you here. Hey, Rasta. Moving on through here. Oh, and there goes the F-18. But see, that's what I was talking about with the Miltech Blackhawk. Its multiplayer model is a very, very short draw distance. Would just like to see things like that improved. I never really need the keyboard and mouse personally. I know a lot of people love having that and the usability of it, which is awesome to have that as an option. But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty proficient in the cursor department. Oh, there's a hot air balloon. Excellent. Because oh, of course, the hot air balloon has wake turbulence. Because of course it does. Oh my good. Whoever decided to do multiplayer wake turbulence, I want to have a talk with you. This is unbelievable. I need to get out of LA. Let's go. Get these engines up. I know we're not configured. I just need to get out. Alright. That was a fascinating taxi there. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna turn multiplayer off when we land, because I'm sure that'll be an experience otherwise. Alright. Staying below 10,000 feet for now, so let's stay under 250 knots. I don't want the landing gear down. Thank you. Set up our heading over here, 10,000 feet. That works. Beautiful. Disable our gyroscope. And you know what? We'll get up to 12,000 feet. Because then that way we can... I mean, obviously it doesn't matter. We're in free flight. But you know what? We may as well keep things a little bit legitimate out here with our speeds. Start shifting over to the right, and let's make our way northeast to San Francisco. We'll also increase our climb, please. Yes, escape from LA. No doubt. Mach 4 hot air balloon. Yeah, I just... Oh my goodness, look at all those nameplates. Nice. Alright, so... Nav accuracy upgrade. I probably didn't do that, did I? You know what? It's fine. We'll learn that another day. We'll just do my own little personal autopilot here. Some people in here, by the way. Looking a little empty. Much better. Just kidding. They'll show up. Just give it a moment. Welcome on aboard. Now, you know what? Just never mind. Sir and ma'am, it's kind of requested that you guys not phase into the seat to be more comfortable on this flight. But I mean, you do whatever you guys want to do, but I noticed you were kind of being one with the seat, and we don't really, recommend that. So, I mean, okay, don't have to give me that look, ma'am. Just, I wanted to let you know. Goodness gracious, just wanted to help out a little bit, but they're acting like they do it all the time, so whatever. Unbelievable. Trying to give them a little time of our flight here, Giving me all this attitude. No, there's no new content with Sim Update 5.1. This was all about getting the issues that arose after Sim Update 5 under control. Which thankfully seems to be what has happened. Been very much enjoying my time with it. Oh good, David. We look forward to seeing the hot air balloon on our arrival into San Francisco's airspace. And almost to our cruise altitude of 12,000 feet, which is perfect. We'll already increase our speed up. You're in a Vision Jet, very nice. Oh, sorry, missed the F-18 flyby. Just wanted to get up close with the instrument panel here. Look at the performance we're getting. Oh, that's so nice. Even with the multiplayer aircraft around, so... I think most of the stuff we were seeing in the beginning of the stream with that A320 is more so the plane causing the issues. How did I do this? And a little bit of this? You hold L1 and then you use the left and right analog stick to have a little walk around feature. If you were talking about something else, let me know, because that's the only thing I can think of. And then of course I have a custom keybind for zooming in. Instead of always having to move around, I have triangle right on D-pad to zoom in and triangle left on D-pad to zoom out. Helps navigate around and all that fun stuff. I think 340 is where we want to be at, because I think anything above that should be over speed. Should start seeing the red popping up. There it is. See, I mean, I'm getting there with the airliners, I'm not a professional airline pilot, but, got some of it down. Oh my, that's gonna be good for my autopilot. Okay, we're good. I thought it was gonna kick us out. I love this airport down here. This is always a fun one to fly and do some touch and goes. I mean, really, any airport with a runway that's right on the edge of water, I don't know, just something about those is always quite satisfying. I think it's a base. Explorer, yes, that'll be with Sim Update 6 regarding the airport night lighting. Alright, let's see how we're doing on our flight to San Francisco. Looking good. Let's go ahead and turn to the right, though. Go a little bit more direct. Hang on, hang on. Let's get the good side here. Holy moly. Oh, crap, man. Another thing that never gets old, seeing so many of you flying along with me. Is that a lighthouse? Oh, no, it's an oil rig. Let's go say hello to it. And then slow down. Okay, it wasn't wanting to... There we go. Hang on. Come on, keep slowing down. There we go, thank you. Remember when the fire was, like, at a 90-degree angle? I think that was Sim Update 3. I still think it's amazing how much detail they put into these oil rigs. It's quite oh, I can't go in there. Invisible walls are... Oh, there we go. This one doesn't have it. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool to have that detail in the oil rigs here. But anyways, you ready to get back to our plane? Totally hit the wrong button. There we go. We're back. See how the sim handles that? And it's like nothing happened. Awesome. Alright, flyby time. Let's have everybody fly on by. Let's get a little bit of ways here. Everybody's looking lovely. Very nice. Nice. Oh, we'll wait for the last few here. I mean, look. Oh, it's so snappy. Yes. Good stuff. And you know what? I think let's go to we'll do a touch and go at San Luis County Regional Airport over here. Let's do that. And we'll still keep making our way up. Go about 225 on the speed. Looks like it's going to be an excellent helicopter as usual from Togs. Hope I can fly my A330 again. Yep, you should be good, Johnson. By the way, thanks to everybody who's shown up. I mean, I think we had a peak of, I don't know how many people. I think it was close to like 300. It actually did peak at 300. That is insane. So hopefully everybody's going to have a fantastic time with 5.1, especially on the console side. I mean, we know what Sim Update 5 did, so there should be night and day difference for that. But thank you guys so much for stopping on by. I hope you've had a fun time. learn something new. Just seeing how the 5.1 experience is on both the Xbox and PlayStation. And now you can finally enjoy things like the airliners again in both free flight and career mode, regardless of where you fly them at. Finally managed to get the cabin lights to stay on. I mean, yeah, you just do, and the Any Builds aircraft, of course, you just do the cabin lights from here. And I'll show that really quick. Just to let everybody know, if you do want to sleep, you want to make sure that you are part of the sleep package. If you did not purchase the sleep package, you are not allowed to sleep on here. So just wanting to let you guys know, if we do find you sleeping and you didn't buy the package, you will be automatically charged at the end of the flight. So don't think you can get around us by just sleeping whenever you want to. So just thought I'd let you all know. The half peanuts are going to be distributed down the aisle here shortly. A spam call is interrupting my dialogue. Anyways, half peanuts are showing up soon. Enjoy them. Whatever. Anyways, and then of course you can dim the cabin lights if you so choose. Or if you want nobody to get any sleep whatsoever, you can just blast those cabin lights at full power for the entire flight. But yeah, that's the cabin lights for any of the Any Builds Airbuses. You can do that. I mean, I'm sure we can do it in the cockpit itself too, but the easy way is just doing it from right there. Now for everybody else, get ready for the flashbang. I'll kind of hide a little bit so it's not as aggressive, but all right, flashbang in 3, 2, 1. There it is. All right, anyways, let me get back into the airport where we're gonna head to in a little bit. We have one a little bit closer as well. Maybe we do both of them. Let's drop it down a little bit more here. What kind of psycho wears sunglasses in the aisle seat? You know, it might just depend on the sun's angle. It might just be poking through the window at the perfect spot. Who knows? And JDU 5.1 been all around better, but the MH60 defo needs an update. The memory crash still happened to me, but other than that, seems so much better. So now hopefully we will start to see new content now. I'm hoping for that. That would be great. What is this not? What in the world am I? This is unbelievable. Oh, we got some nice terrain we're flying over here. Hang on. And then, of course, the bush trips are coming back in Sim Update 6 as well. So if you've been missing those, I'm still surprised it's because earlier they said that they were not bringing the 2021s over and they were making a whole new thing. But now they're bringing the 2021s over anyways, but I'm sure they're still working on some new stuff regarding that. But yeah, that'll be returning with Sim Update 6. So if you're all about the bush trips, that'll be available to you. To get people on the plane, you just go into the EFB, aircraft. I think we're about to get kicked out of autopilot. Oh, hang on. Cursor mode wants to be dumb again. Hold on. There we go. But yep, you go to aircraft, flight performances, mass and balance, and then seats you want to set up to 84%. Hang on, let me get autopilot back on. There we go. And then you load aircraft, and then load immediately, and they'll pop in. Or you can just have it set up to where before you even load into the sim, you can set up how many seats you want filled, load into a gate, and then once the jetway's connected, you can have the whole animation and all that going on, where you can watch them all walk onto the aircraft as well. Oh, we already oh, crap. Already passed the other airport I was going to go to. It's alright. We'll hit the other one, though. So let's go ahead and bail out of autopilot on all this. No auto... Oh, there we go. Thank you. Flight director off. Yes, autopilot's disconnected. I confirm that. Thank you. A gyroscope engaged. And let's head over to this airport. Which we're going to go and try to get there first to avoid any situations from occurring. Oh, what was I looking? No, we didn't even pass that airport yet. I don't know what I was looking at, but okay. Perfect. So the other airport's back on track. Excellent. Greetings from Tasmania. Have you heard when the air race section will be open? Yes, that'll be in the fall. Which, honestly, will probably tie to the official release with Sim Update 5. Or 6, not 5. We've moved on from that. But yeah, I would imagine, because, you know, the betas last at least a couple months, maybe a little bit more. So whenever Sim Update 6 releases is probably when that will show up. But welcome from Tasmania, happy to have you here. Memory glitch on the Vulcan. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I wouldn't be too upset about that just yet. Because obviously, since other things were happening in the background with SDK, the WASM API, and everything like that, I'm sure developers will have to do something on their end and push out an update to the aircraft, just like with the Blackhawk and everything. So I'm sure there will be some updates coming to those aircraft. Which hopefully won't take too long for that to happen. And then that'll resolve any of those other lingering issues for those third-party aircraft. Aviation, I've never flown an A320 in person, so I can't tell you the difference between a realistic A320 and a non-realistic A320. I enjoy flying it, if that means anything. Make sure this is not armed. We don't need the speed brakes because this is just a touch and go. Your character's setting must not be set, because if it's set to low or below that, you're not going to see anything. You want to make sure that's set to its highest setting, which on console is medium. Just gonna do a little bit of that here. The F-18 was a tad bit close to us here. And the F-18 is no longer a problem. Excellent. Yeah, pretty much, Adam. It's like, what is going on here? I can't see the pappy lights. This is gonna go fantastic, folks. The tablet's not working? Not sure why. It was working in the beta. Again, might just be some stuff that the developers themselves have to kind of pop in and tweak some things. Not everybody in the back. I know you were anticipating us landing in San Francisco, but you know what? I just felt like we should visit some other airports along the way up there, so hopefully you don't mind that. We got an Antonov on the left that looks like it's crashed. Can't really tell from here, but it doesn't look too good. It appears the tail's on top of a building.
100.
Okay. Oh, that's why, because somebody's next to us again. And now they're going to mess up our flight, because they have to be right in front of us. Please. Why? Yep, I'm going to have multiplayer off on our San Francisco landing. I know that. Goodness gracious. That freeze was because of the multiplayer player. That really hard freeze. Because we'll do another touch and go. Well, here, actually, I'm going to do it right now. I'll be back, don't worry. But I want to do it without the multiplayer thing on for just a second. Let it reload. I hope it does. Give it a few seconds. Why do I have a loading icon? There we go. Okay, it's gone. Good. Alright, let's try that again. Come on now. Pick back up where you were. Everything was fine up until F-18 had to be in our aircraft. Sorry, Bruce. Hopefully you'll be able to join another flight in the future. And of course, hopefully you have a blast with 5.1 when you dive into it. not really loading in this terrain for some reason. Alright, we'll make a tight turn. Don't want to spend too much time on this. If you look up my ATC tutorial video, I do it there as well. But again, the same steps I showed, that's all you have to do. That is all. I'm still getting that random stutter now because of that. I'm hoping it goes away, but we might have to restart the flight, which we might just pop into the Citation 10, just to kind of see if the tablet is broke.
2,500.
So we'll do that. We'll do a full stop landing, and then we'll get the multiplayer back on afterwards, because, yeah, that jacked something up. Unfortunately. Because the sim is not happy. Let me pause it again really quick just to let it think about something. Yeah, I'm just getting that stutter all the time now, so we'll definitely restart the flight. Because I don't think we're going to get away from that stutter now. Unfortunately. I don't know what these... Is it really that windy out? Whole thing is thrown off. Oh man, it was such a good approach to now I'm just rushing things because I don't want to waste people's time here. I'm too high.
1,000.
It's just really gusty here. Or the multiplayer wake turbulence has just kind of lingered. Because it's weird. It was fine before, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you want a hurricane? We'll see what the windsock is showing. Because, man, I'm fighting this thing.
400. 300. 200.
No, the windsock's pretty much not moving at all, so I think it's just the multiplayer wake turbulence is kind of just stuck in the air.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. Retard. 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 Retard.
And welcome to this random airport. Alright, we'll switch over to the Citation 10 here. And then hopefully we'll get rid of that. We might not get rid of it at all. I might have to restart the whole sim in order to fix that. Because it did not like whatever happened. Because we had that hard freeze after the player went through us, and then it just didn't want to It didn't want to get over it. We'll see if multiplayer even wants to turn on here. I might have to restart. No, there we go. But I'll be excited once I don't see it anymore. Regarding that freeze, turn this back on. Shift over to the citation 10. See if the tablet is truly having issues. Let's do X here. Yep, that really helped. Whatever, just scroll to the end. That really made a difference in finding that faster. Let's go to the alert pad over here for expedited takeoff. I mean, the update's not going to affect the PlayStation Portal at all because it's just... The Portal experience is just whatever your PlayStation experience is. I haven't spent much time in any of the third-party careers. Yeah, let's go ahead and restart the sim. Let's do that. That moment has wreaked havoc. Going into the 98th minute in the World Cup match. 1-1 still. That's crazy if Germany gets knocked out. But no, just I when there's betas going on, all my focus just goes to the beta stuff. I'm not really worried about anything else outside the sim. But alright, we're gonna just do a non-stop flight from the San Luis airport up into San Francisco, and then we'll probably wrap up there for today. RHP, hey again, just tried 2 complete flights of the new 5.1 787 and an A320, no issues whatsoever, I'm in heaven. Thank you so much for letting us know about the update. Have a great day. You are welcome. I'm glad you're having a great experience, RHP. Hopefully that continues for you. Well, the issue was because of the multiplayer nonsense that's been happening since forever. It's just something that needs to be improved. If you're not flying with multiplayer stuff or any of that, you're not going to have that issue, as we've seen through the stream. I mean, Ramford, if you don't want multiplayer players, you don't need to have that on. I mean, you can just have that off and have your own world, pretty much. You don't have to have the multiplayer aspect going on. Astro, we covered that the memory issues and everything are pretty much non-existent. There's still some instances with third-party aircraft, but that's just because the developers are going to need to make some tweaks on their own end and then update the aircraft. But everything else has been pretty much good to go. But yeah, this is PlayStation 5 Pro, and we were on the Xbox Series X earlier. Man, I'm getting hungry. Getting hungry. Saturday is going to be a great day. A 250-year celebration, fireworks, and the newest world update, including the Goodyear blimp. Getting pretty stoked about it. What is your opinion? I'm excited for it. I'm pretty sure the entire World Update 22 stream that we're going to do, I will be in the Goodyear blimp. I'm going to be honest. I can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome having that. The update brings no new content. It is all about fixing the issues that arose with the Sim Update 5 version. So no aircraft fixes or anything like that. It was all about the performance and memory issues. Some back-end SDK, WASM, avionics things was the only focus for 5.1. With Sim Update 6, we'll be back to new stuff and all that fun stuff. But yeah, 5.1 was just all about getting the issues that arose with 5 out of the way. Alright, let's try that again with a fresh boot. And all shall be well. Haley, it's all good. No need to be sorry. It's something that I've been wanting Asobo to kind of get on top of and make some improvements to forever now. I'm hoping we'll get to that point. So, the tablet doesn't work, apparently. There's Navigraph. The map, which now works. Weights. 25, 50, 75% apply, 100. Let's bring that down. I really don't want 100% weight. We got the ground services, main door, instrument covers, luggage door, and the configuration menu, state, systems, units, calibration, cabin layouts. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything different regarding just the usability of the EFB, similar to what the experience was like with the beta. Oh, Germany scores. So how much time? I know it's 15-minute increments. So I don't know if it's still in the first 15 minutes or I don't know how that really works. But anyways, let me let me get back onto here and let's get up into the air again. I see Kiwi Flyer up there. Hello, Mac and Cheese. Well, why? You must have just changed your name. Bringing up food into my stream after I said I'm hungry? Is Kraft Mac and Cheese doing some in-sim advertising? But yeah, Kraken, I mean, I'm not here. I didn't need new content. I needed just the sim to get back to what we had before, and thankfully it's there. And I think in most aspects it's better than what we had with Sim Update 4. With the experience that we've had. Alright, just expedite this here and let's get going. Oh, goodness gracious. Good old VAR. Let me guess, it's offside. By a toenail or something. I still don't think that goal yesterday, or the other day, was offsides with the Portugal game. From the live shot, it didn't look like that's where his position was, but... Goalkeeper fouled. Oh. Uh-oh. I hope it's just loading in, because I want to hear that. So, it's a good goal, then? I would assume. Oh, no, offside, overturned after VAR. Nice. Craziness. This was probably offside by a hair follicle. I'll be flying my commercial airliner as well as the Boeing 737-9. Very nice. They still need to fix this too. Anytime you move over, it zooms in every time, which is really annoying. Holy crap, oh, we got a long way to go still. I did not realize it was going to take us this long to get over there. I mean, the sim reload didn't help, but that's okay. I'm assuming it's because I'm below 10,000 feet, because I don't know why else I'd be at an overspeed of 270 knots in this thing. That doesn't sound right. Oh, I see, I see. Feels like it's getting hotter and hotter in here. Goodness gracious. Trim this out a little bit. And off we go, hopefully, to San Francisco. That's the goal here. There are no new aircraft. No. Nope. Alright, now we can finally make some progress here. Let's go ahead and just altitude hold mode this. We'll use our cheat system really quick. Autopilot and altitude hold, please. That way we get as much speed out of this thing as we can and get to San Francisco as soon as we can. Oh. That was close. Sorry, now I got the game on the side screen. Oh, the first extra time has ended. Oh, sorry, plane. And then here, let's get some outside shots. Oh, that's nice. I hit slew mode. Good. That's what I meant to do. Oh my goodness gracious. That's when you know the stream is going a little bit too long here, folks. I was just trying to go into showcase camera and hit the wrong button. Good. Alright, I need to trim you out because I don't know why you want to nosedive every 2 seconds. There we go, please. There we go. Alright, let's try. Let's do showcase camera now, folks. There we go. Oh, they're just showing the goal that was disallowed. I don't know, looks like you kind of flopped to me, but you know. This looks really cool here, by the way, though. Like the terrain going on, that little cove going in there. What I just saw, it definitely looked like he flopped. Like he had plenty of time to get back up after he was barely nudged, and then like, oh, look at me. It's like, whatever. Guess we'll see what happens. That was weird. That sounded like a police siren for a second. It was just a plane flying by. Hey, Nate. Welcome to the stream. Popped in. How's the update? I think it's fantastic. I mean, everything that we were seeing improved in the beta has absolutely carried over. I mean, the only issues we ever ran into is if there was a multiplayer player like right next to us on final. If we have multiplayer off, everything's been really smooth. No memory issues outside of the some of the third-party planes still have that, but that's mainly because they're going to have to do something with their aircraft still to update whatever was changed from the WASM and SDK stuff on the PlayStation side specifically. And yeah, but other than that, really happy with the update. Now we're just heading to San Francisco, and I'm getting hungrier as the minutes go by, so hopefully we're not going to take too long to get there. I mean, there were visual improvements with 5.1. It's still not 100%, but it's still better than what we were having with Sim Update 4. Oh god, now I'm gonna get kicked out of auto. I already got kicked out of autopilot, didn't I? Are you going to? Of course, I pre-ordered that the minute it went live. Already pre-ordered GTA 6 last week. Ready to go on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to get some water. It's so warm. Goodness gracious. I'm back. Water in hand. We're close to San Francisco. Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, folks. I think I'm gonna slew mode up there a little bit. I don't have the patience anymore. I'm getting too hungry. If I wasn't hungry, I'd wait the whole time, but there's just no way. I want to eat. All right. It was probably overspeed if it crashed while I was gone. A little bit closer. A little bit lower. There we go. Perfect. Oh, slew mode really just threw us into way overspeed. Why did it do that? Oh, it might have been because of our altitude. We're not actually overspeed. We're just going over the speed of what's allowed at this altitude. But at this current point, all I can think about is having some food. Just really happy that this is the outcome, though. I mean, it's been quite the couple months on the console side of things, so hopefully you all are all having that same experience as well and just having a much better time just playing the sim. The plane is tiny. It's not that tiny. It's a pretty big plane for a private jet aircraft. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was quite the, quite the weird little load in there. Much, much nicer, Joe. Do I even have any Pappy lights here? Nope. It's okay. I don't think they land this direction anyways. Which probably explains it, but that's okay. We're landing there today, folks. Yep, this is PS5 Pro, and then earlier we were on the Xbox Series X. Nice. And yep, John, a PS5 Pro is what you're seeing here, and then earlier was the Xbox Series X. Oops, not pause. And there we go, everybody. A 3-hour stream diving into Sim Update 5.1, which is now available on all 3 platforms. And night and day difference between what we were dealing with Sim Update 5. So again, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who showed up to the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. So, no, the memory issue does not pop up. But cool. Just pause the game. Callan, I think you're watching way behind. I don't know what's happening, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was an absolute blast. Appreciate everybody who was flying along with us in the sim as well. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I'm gonna go eat some food now and get out of this hot room because I'm over it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye!